Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Friday. Yep, another week's gone. So our Friday afternoon stream today, this should be a really good one. We don't visit Southampton very often, but it is a real world route that Easyjet do fly, usually just in the winter months, and well, we're well into those now. So this flight is actually scheduled to depart tomorrow, I believe, but I thought we'd get started a day early. Now, Southampton has a runway of around 1,600 meters off the top of my head, something like that. So it is a very short runway, particularly where the A320 is concerned. It's fine for turboprops and things like that. So really looking forward to doing this flight for you today. We're in Geneva to begin with, and as I say, heading off to Southampton. So with the fact that it's a short runway, we've got things like regulated landing weight, stuff like that, and when we finally do come to land in sort of a couple of hours time, then we're not looking for a butter landing. No, we want to get that baby down, and we want to make sure that she stops before before anything happens at the end of the runway, a la TUI. So we're a great way to finish off the week. So welcome to everybody just coming on board. If you're joining us, hey to our channel members, our amazing channel members. Hey, Cleaver, Aviate, Nick is celebrating 33 months of training level captain membership. Now that means that we've basically had membership open on the channel for 33 months, as Nick was the first channel member we ever had. Mod for the channel as well, good friend. Thank you so much, Nick, for that amazing support. Time flies, so do you, Nick. So that is amazing. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Captain Q, hello. Flatboy John, hello to you as well. And also Nick subscribing over on Twitch. Tier 1 sub as Speedbird464. Amazing, Nick. Thank you so much. Amazing support. Cleaver, I knew someone was going to ask me this. What scenery do we have in for Southampton? I've got the Orbex. Obviously, Innobuilds have just released one, haven't they? But we are on Orbex today. And I think that's great scenery. I have no real urge or need to change for that. So welcome everybody else. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and those of you also watching on Twitch as well, good afternoon to you. Mr. Pops Balloons, what a great name. I could do with you round at my house. It was the triplets' 5th birthday the other day, and I'm fed up with the damn things. There's far too many of them in my living room. Makes the place look a mess. So I need to get rid of those. The problem is you can't get rid of them when they're around. You have to wait until they're at school, because if you get rid of them, it's like toys. Anyone with kids will know this. If you get rid of stuff when they're not there, they don't care. But oh my word, if you throw something out that they haven't played with for 4 years, then it's just the worst day ever. Matthew says Allbake just need to add the runway extension to their scenery, but otherwise it's fine. I'm sure they will at some point, Matthew. There'll be a version 2, won't they, at some point. Right, well, let's get cracking then. So here is our operational flight plan pinned into the chat if you're watching on YouTube, of course. This is a top Swiss flight as well, so top Swiss 1583 is our call sign. And let's have a look. So we are pretty heavy. So the regulated landing weight for our flight today into Southampton is 61.3 tons. Our landing weight there is almost bang on 60 tons, isn't it? That we can see. So in terms of throwing extra fuel on that kind of stuff, we probably don't want to be getting much more on there. So we'll have a look at what the weather's doing and work out, is extra fuel actually needed, or can we just leave with plug fuel? The alternate is over in Bristol. Again, another short runway, but nowhere near as short as Southampton. Planning to fly 38,000 feet. We've got a headwind of 30 knots today, slowing us down. Shear rate 5.7, that's the top of descent, so that's probably nothing to worry about, 5.7. Departing runway 22, the Diaper 6 Alpha, and then the arrival onto the ILS 20, 460 miles. Plug fuel is 5.7, so we could probably get away with rounding that up to 6 tons, but again, we're going to have a look and see what the weather is doing. Evening, Ruben. Good afternoon to you. So let's just go through this stuff. Obviously, we know we've got terrain around Geneva, haven't we? One of my favourite airports, Geneva, to fly into and out of, which is why I'm really happy to do this route for you today. So yeah, other than that, that's fine. Actually, looking at the weather there, that all looks pretty great. that weather looks better than it does outside my window currently. So all the alternates are, everything's Cat 1. Cat 1 and winds aren't a problem either. So wonderful, we don't need loads of extra fuel. Let's have a look at the forecast then, see what's happening there in Southampton. So winds 230 at 9, good visibility, fuel clouds 3,000 feet, excellent. Couldn't have requested better weather for our flight today. Bristol looks a little bit longer. What's going on there? Oh, there's a chance of winds getting up gusting too. Oh, I have seen there are winds off to the west of the UK today. So yeah, okay, that might be that's not going to affect us, but could be interesting tomorrow morning in Bristol. Then we've got Gatwick, Stansted, Bournemouth as well. This is another flight that Easyjet do to Geneva for the skiing season. They fly from Bournemouth, so we might have to do one of those as well, because Bournemouth is another great airport to fly into because it's not one of the norms. So that is our route. Let's have a look what we've got there. So icing conditions up to 35. Yeah, well, I've had a look. I'll show you in a minute when we go to the jet. The weather looks awful in Geneva. It's not raining, it's not windy, but oh my word, the cloud layers, they look stunning, by the way. I'll show you those in a second. So yeah, that we will round that up to 6 tons. I think anti-ice is going to be on during the climb out, looking at that. So yeah, all right. And then obviously side profile, we just need to get over the start of the Alps, and then it's plain sailing, isn't it? So that's the weather brief. NOTAMs, Geneva, crane, and nothing in Southampton. Runway 20, master unserviceable, that's not going to bother us. Aerodrome closed operations. Oh, look at that, it's closed on the 25th of December. Okay, we'll let them off. Stand 1 removed, stand 11 closed, stand 12 closed. No idea where we're parking yet, I've not got that far. But other than that, no NOTAMs for the flight. Wonderful. So I think 6 tons is a goer. Where's my pen? We'll tell ground crew to get that loaded in. Let's quickly go through the charts, see what we've got waiting for us. So Geneva, we're stand 121, I think. No pushback, obviously, so that's just going to be straight off taxi, link to outer, and then we can probably, I wonder if we can get off at Bravo. Intersection departure Bravo, that'd be nice. And then straight out, no speed restrictions for this one. Overflying to Geneva, VOR. No, correction. Overflying the passenger VOR, right turn and up and away. 1-4 transition altitude 7,000 feet, and our initial clearance is going to be 9,000. Alright, I think that's everything we need at this stage. I'll tell you what I have lost. Where's my checklist gone? Can't fly without that. Seriously. Oh, there it is. Oh. Can't fly without that because I forget things. Right, so find somewhere for that to go. Alright, good afternoon everyone if you are just joining us. Let's go find our should we go find our jet and have a look at stuff. So let me show you what I meant. Right, I'm hopeful that we are back. If might need to just, if you can see us, might need to tell the others just to hit F5 and refresh the browser. But hopefully we're back. But yeah, look at the clouds. That looks well, awful. To be honest, looks amazing, but also looks awful at the same time. So the sim looking really, really nice. Right, let's get in. Let's get inside and hopefully start setting things up so so things are working. Okay, good. Glad we're back anyway. All right, so just the usual stuff. Checking over here. Oh, they should be off. There we go. That's done. Yeah, that's fine. The recall button. Check the last flight crew didn't break anything. Yeah, that's normal. Good. Then all fine. That's fine. Yeah. So I need to check the. Need to tell the crew they can start loading stuff with regards to our fuel. We said we're going to take 6 tons, didn't we? So let me just do that. Then we'll also get the weather as well. So tell the crew we want 6 tons of fuel, which is only a couple hundred kilograms above the original plan. Alright, let's get the weather. So, winds currently here 340 at 2, so yeah, they're pretty light. 9,000 feet visibility, few clouds at 1,000 feet, yeah, we can see that. Scattered at 3,500 feet, broken 4,500 feet, so yeah. Thick cloud layers today, 6 degrees temperature, QNH is 1013. No significant changes. Fine. Alright, well, let's just continue with that setup then. So, 1013, yeah, that's fine. Audio control panel, 121 decimal 5. Hey, Humber, good to see you. Make sure that's being monitored. And we'll get over onto Unicom as well. There's no air traffic control here at the moment. So there we are. So that's fine. That's fine up here. Constraints on 1013. That initial climb we've said is going to be 9,000. So set that. Company message has come through. Let's start boarding and let's get out of here ASAP then, shall we? Right. So, usual stuff. Check IRS. 3.5 greens. Aircraft status is fine. Alright, let's do our init request then. So, flight number is Top Swiss 1583. Cost index of 4 as per usual. 37429 is the tropopause. Download the winds. You know, I actually think it might not be fully Streamlabs' fault, the issues with the stream. My the internet around here just seems to have really dropped off in speed recently. I don't know if they're doing works or something like that, but it's not as good as it should be. So 4613, 8 north, 661 east, stand 121. That's fine. Yeah, Luca, it's eyesight, mate, eyesight. So that's fine. That's good. Let's put our cruise flight level today, 38,000 feet. What we got? Temperature is 55 or minus 55. Right, so departing runway 22. It's the Diaper 6 Alpha departure. I like it when they're on the first page. Then after Diaper, it's where are we going after that?
Passengers bus is coming.
Oh, I've not heard Orbex say that for a while. Typo 6 Alpha after Diaper. What chart do we need? 10-3 Sierra. Okay.
Geneva Traffic with the Bravo Foxtrot V12 shot final list.
After Diaper, it's the DJL transition, the Dijon transition. Get that in. And then Southampton. ILS 20. LMAX 1 Sierra arrival. And the start, or rather the VIA, is via the Southampton VOR, which I believe it's number 2 for Cat 2. A and B is number 1, C and D is number 2. So, although it'd be interesting to see a Category D aircraft land at Southampton. Ashwin, good day to you. Christian, hey, good evening. Yes, Red Wing is the one that I'm using as well. So 464 nautical miles, 460 on the operational flight plan. That works a treat. Okay, so let's get PAS. Oops, spell it correctly. PAS in the box.
Hello.
And then SP. Is it SPR or SPX? I can never remember. I think it's SPR. I'll find out in a minute. That's basically for the engine out procedure. I'm doing that from memory. We will check it out properly in a moment. But right, init B page. So let's have a look at our load sheet.
Morning. Thank you. Good evening, ma'am.
Passengers are coming on now.
Doing good.
Right, 058, 57 point, let's go with 57.8.
Geneva Traffic with the Bravo Foxtrot V12 runway
29 is the CFG. Fuel for our alternate is 1.1 tons.
Good evening, ma'am.
Fuel planning, and we're taking 6 tons. .7, perfect. 5.7 was plug fuel as well, actually, so that's quite nice. That adds up. That gives us 10 minutes extra with a takeoff weight of 63.6, which is great. That's below max landing weight. 27.5 is the trim. Okay, let's do our takeoff performance calculations then.
Traffic with the Bravo Foxtrot V12 taxi to the Dyke via outer.
What frequency am I monitoring there? I'm meant to be not sure what frequency that's monitoring. Someone's broadcasting potentially not on Unicom there. Right, what am I doing? Ah, yes. So departure 22. As I said, the weather looked a bit, almost a bit rainy in places, so I am going to use wet figures for this. Then if it does rain, I don't have to bother changing them. So flaps 1, no need to force toga. I think we're going to have anti-ice is going to be on for this, given the weather. Packs will be off. Takeoff weight is 636, and CFG is 275. Single live weather. Elliot, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? We've already said we're going to take Bravo for a slightly shorter taxi. Site 120, great to see you, mate. Good to have you on board. VSP is 23, 40, 40. 1, 2, 3, and 140, 140. Transition altitude is 7,000 feet, flaps 1, flex 66. Okay, right. SimSmart. This will be so good now when, I don't know if anyone saw the video yesterday, SimSmart is coming to your web browser, so you'll be able to just use it on a tablet, which will be much more realistic. So definitely looking forward to that. Oh, not looking forward to that. What's going on there then? Huh. Should try that again. Ah, it doesn't like that. I'm going to load that again. Didn't have this problem yesterday.
Hello, sir.
Oh, that's better. Gremlins. Okay, thrust reduction acceleration. 2863. And 4366. Engine out 2366. So noise abatement 1 today, which helps us get above the terrain, obviously. Airliners live! How are you doing, guys? Do you know what? You were an absolute star this morning. My lad is off sick. He was throwing up all night, and whenever you guys are at Manchester, then I've lost him for the day. I've not lost him because I'm usually sat next to him. Great to see you guys. So yeah, when you went live this morning, oh thank Christ. He's now appeased for the day. Bless you. Great to see you popping in, guys. He was much better after watching the Emirates. I love that aircraft. We all love that aircraft, don't we? Right, that's all filled in. That's fine. Done and done. So, engine out procedure, obviously non-standard here in Geneva. So, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? PAS left turn, so... oops. Yes, so let's just create a waypoint just to force the aircraft to turn left away from the terrain. So, PAS will make a turn to 180, obviously south, left turn. Just create that waypoint a couple of miles to the south. There we go. And Nick, Speedbird464, gifting a T1 sub to Airliners Live. Amazing stuff. Thank you so much. And Nick, that's the 50th gifted sub you've done to this channel, which is just incredible, mate. Thank you so much. So, yeah, and then we're just going back to SPR, aren't we? Anyway, well, enter that hold. And oh mate, Airliners Live gifting 5 subscriptions over on Twitch. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Airliners Live. And like I say, you are literally a household name in our house. Absolute legend. Thank you so much, guys. I'm already looking forward to Sunday morning. As I say, my boy will be as well. So thanks, guys. Really do appreciate that. What am I doing? Yeah, entering the hold at Saint-Prix 224. This is, of course, if we've just lost an engine. It's not going to happen, but you never know. And a left turn. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. If we've lost an engine, then we're pretty much set for the approach anyway. So, you may not be given the forecast, but you'll be there. After that, let's be honest. That's when everyone wants to watch, though, isn't it? Definitely. Oh, David English. Good evening to you. Right, that's done. Oh, we're all good there. Right, box is set up. So, what I will do is I will just change the destination here. LSGG for if we need to get back in. So that's done. Oh, actually, I think I've just deleted the hold, which is frustrating. I need to put that back in. Oh, is that a little bug? What's going on there? SPR hold. (224). Did this once before, long time ago. Just check that. Check that. Oh, there we go, the hold's back in. Oh, that's fine. Right, let's quickly whip through the brief then. We've done Geneva so many times, but there's plenty of things to be aware of, isn't there? Starting with the weather, we've had a look at that. Basically, visibility is fine, wind is fine, 340 at 2, so very light winds. And we've got few clouds, 1,000 feet, so we're going to have anti-ice on for the departure. Scattered 35, broken 45, curious 1013, and there's not going to be any significant changes, so it's going to be a fun climb out. Aircraft is fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. We've checked through NOTAMs, nothing there. Threats to be aware of. Okay, we know the biggest threat here in Geneva is the terrain. There's literally terrain all around us. So we've got terrain to the north, we've got it to the south, a little bit to the west as well. The only safe place is back to the east over Lake Geneva, so that's why if we've lost that engine, the engine out procedure takes us an immediate left turn back over towards St. Geneva at Saint-Prix VOR. So if we end up sort of flying blind or whatever, or flying raw data, then SPR is where we're headed, because we know that that's going to be safe. Keep that in our mindset for if anything goes wrong. Alright, let's do the brief with regards to what we're going to do, how we're going to fly the departure and all that stuff. So we are stand 121. It's a straight off taxi, no need for ground crew or anything like that. We're going to go 121. It's going to be link 2 onto the outer taxiway, and then we'll taxi, and we're going to do intersection departure. We're going to depart by Bravo, runway 22. It's just there, and then the departure is straight out, overflying the paths VOR, right turn, noise abatement 1 departure. First turn will be to the right, MSA 7,000 feet, and we're cleared up to flight level 90. Okay, I think that is us pretty much covered then. The emergency brief is non-standard engine out procedure. So once we get to that PAS VOR, it's going to be a left-hand turn, left, and we head up to the Saint-Prix VOR, which is somewhere over the top right of your screen, just there. Yeah, just there. Okay, so that's all done. Let's get that APU started. Company messages come through as well, so we can check the figures for the final load sheet. Takeoff weight 63.6, perfect. And what's our CFG? 27.6. Ooh, within 0.1%, which is excellent. So happy with that. Hello.
Hi there, Captain. All of the passengers are now on board.
Excellent. We can get the doors closed, and we'll be ready to go in about 5 minutes, I think.
Okay, I'll let the crew know, and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
Alright, just wait for that APU to kick in. Just check we've got no ATC knocking them out still, have we? No. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Okay, we've received the load sheet from ground. There's the passenger count, the crew count, and the total souls count. Plus yourselves, of course.
Alright, thank you.
No problem at all.
Alright, final load sheet's done. APU's up and running, so they can come on.
Ready to close.
External power, disconnect. Seatbelt signs on. Wonderful. So let's, where's my checklist gone? Cockpit preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has all been completed. Fuel quantity, we have 6 tons. That's balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Idea's got 3.5 green. QNH is 1013 and 1400 feet. Alright, so let's make that call on Unicom. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 1583, stand 121 is starting engines on stand, ready for a straight out taxi on to link 2. So we don't actually need to prepare for pushback and departure or anything like that. As I say, it's just straight out taxi here. Shit, I don't know if that's an option in GSX, just to get rid of the tug and things, because we literally are going to run this thing over. So let's get that APU bleed on. Engine mode selector to ignition and starting engine 1. Whilst I'm waiting for that, then we'll do a little PA to the passengers, keep them happy. Right, start the timer as well. Cabin crew, please arm doors.
Cabin crew, set doors to automatic and cross-check.
Asher Wayne, good afternoon to you. So we've got engine 1 starting at the moment, that's all fine. We'll get the bleed air on as well, the packs on as well now. This is going to be a stunning takeoff into the clouds. Long time since I've seen things this thick. Engine 1's available, starting engine 2. And Elliot also celebrating 12 months of channel membership. Elliot, thank you so much. Says keep up the great work, Gav. We love it. Elliot, I love you guys as well. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm just waiting for that engine number 2 to start. There we go. Yeah. So what's our route? We're going to taxi stand 121 right there in the centre of your screen. Taxi straight out, link 2 onto the outer, all the way down there, and then we're going to do intersection departure of Bravo.
Adjusted and released as
So
shown.
there we go.
It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before.
So just waiting for engine 2 to sort itself out.
If you land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
All the cabin crew do their safety announcement in the background. Not sure if you can hear that. There we go. Engine 2's happy, so engine mode selector can come back to normal, and that can come off. They can come on. APU master can come off. Then we arm the spoilers. And rudder 0, flaps 1. Set our trim.
And whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children.
And the after start checklist.
Must now be stowed.
Anti-ice is on, ecom status is checked.
We wish you a pleasant flight. with
Pitch trim is 27.6, rudder is neutral. Right. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 1583, taxiing off stand 121 onto Lima 2 outer, holding Bravo for runway 22 departure. Not very heavy today, so it's easy to roll off. So let's just check the flight controls: full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Just make this turn, then I need to do the rudder. Oh, who's that? That's going to be the ground controller, isn't it? Yes, of course, it's the tower controller. Okay, that's all position. That's the only problem. When you've gone through everything, you've briefed everything, and then we get a ping. Okay. 181. I don't have time for this. 1187, actually. Geneva Tower, good afternoon. Top Swiss 1583 has just taxied out and we're now holding on the outer. We're IFR clearance to Southampton, Diaper 6 Alpha departure, runway 22.
Software 1583, Geneva Tower, hello. You are clear to your destination, Echo Golf Hotel India via DP 6 Alpha departure, runway 22. Initial climb flight level 90, squawk 6732, information Foxtrot.
Cleared by runway 22, Diaper 6 Alpha, initial climb, flight level 90, squawk 6732, and we copied information Foxtrot for Top Swiss 1583.
Top Swiss 1583, read back is correct and continue taxi to holding point runway 22 via outer and Alpha QNH 1013.
Continue taxi and we can depart via Bravo for runway 22, QNH 1013, Top Swiss 1583.
Top Swiss 1583, Roger, so continue taxi to holding point Bravo runway 22 via outer and Alpha.
Continue taxi via the outer for runway 2. Thank you. Top Swiss 1583. Oh, go away. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's seated and secured for takeoff.
Okay, thank you.
Let me know when we're ready to take off, and I'll get the crew seated and secured.
Yep, will do. Thanks. Okay, so quick pets check. No change to our performance. They've not changed anything. No LMCs. Engine out procedures non-standard. At the PAS VOR, it's going to be a left turn. Back to the Saint Prix VOR. We'll get safe 7,000 feet, which is MSA. The departure is Type 6 Alpha, noise abatement 1, straight out over the PAS VOR, and then it's a right hand turn, no speed restrictions, everything in managed mode, and leave the aircraft to fly it. Basically, initial climb 90. So the taxi checklist, flight controls have been checked, flap settings, config 1, FMA, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 9000 blue, and radar predictive wind shear is on. ECAM memo, takeoff no blue, EFB is stowed and disconnected. Murph, the chemical is self-loading cargo. Alexander, you like Southampton? It's a great airport, like you say. It's understated airport.
Tower, and I just got my new headset. How do you read me?
Yeah, I love this scenery though at Geneva.
Top 1583, Geneva.
Top 1583, go ahead.
Top 1583, I just got my new headset. How do you read me?
5x5, Top 1583.
Thank you.
Ace, FSLTL are bound by Azobo coding, so the short answer to your question there is no. Sadly, there's nothing they can do, I'm afraid. And it's because technically by the direction of the winds, then yes, runway 04 should be in use, but because of the preferential runways at Geneva, then runway 22 is the one.
Top 1583, wind is 010 degrees 1 knot, runway 22, Interest Bravo, clear for takeoff.
Via Bravo, clear takeoff runway 22, Top 1583. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff. Murph, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Really do appreciate that. And takeoff checklist, or lineup checklist, whatever you want to call it. Cabin secured, takeoff runway via Bravo, runway 22, TCAS TRRA, PAX 1 and 2 off. And if it's okay with everyone, I think we'll go for a rolling takeoff. This is going to look stunning. Okay, and takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% N1 is set. And stable. Set takeoff thrust. And flex. SRS. That's interesting. Where's the runway? Auto thrust blue. That is very strange. I should definitely have runway on it. 100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Nav.
Public 1583, contact Geneva, arrival 136.255, have a great flight.
Over to Geneva arrivals. Thanks for the service. Stop service 1583, public. Okay, autopilot 1 engaged. Thrust climb, auto thrust. One 3655. Yes, I know. I need a real radio panel. Geneva approach, good afternoon, top Swiss 1583, passing 4,500 for flight level 90, diaper 6 alpha departure.
Top Swiss 1583, good afternoon, Geneva arrival. Radar contact, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, top Swiss 1583. Uh, 150 blue. I will keep the cabin crew in their seats just to see what the weather's like through these clouds. What's going on there? Oh, okay. Thought they were linked. I swear, some things get reset sometimes randomly. Right, we're past S-speed, so flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Can't see a thing, but it looks beautiful. This is one of the best times of the day in the simulator as well, just because of the colours that we get. So when we've passed 7,000 feet, that's when we make that right-hand turn, as you can see just here on the chart. So we're above 7,000 feet, but not before 8 miles from Geneva. There we go. Right-hand turn. Keeps us clear of the terrain. Danny says it's a beautiful morning there in Wisconsin, USA. Bet it looks better than this. They did say, didn't they, following Sim Update 14. Actually, I'm really impressed. The place isn't just covered in snow. They did say one of the release notes was snow coverage is now much better based on weather information, because it almost didn't used to matter if it could have been the height of summer and everything was covered in snow on the Alps. So I think that's quite nice to see. Right, that's 10,000 feet. So I'll get apples on the EFIS. Lights can come off. And we'll start clearing out the box as well. After takeoff flow as well. So we've got the spoilers, we've got the flaps. Just check the gears up. Lights are already set. But yes, so now we can go to our performance page. Cost index 0. Go to the progress page. Just check 380 is planned. 380 is okay. 36 is going to be optimum. Secondary flight plan. We can copy that. And we're away. Bronze on Twitch says no snow currently there. You can confirm it. Excellent. That's what we want. We want to see it as realistic as possible, don't we? Tenhi, good afternoon to you. I think my aircraft's about to get washed. This looks like a massive rainstorm. I'm not seeing any rain on the windows though. And of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator does mimic that. Right, let's release everybody. Cabin crew's released. Didn't know if it was going to be turbulent over the Alps and through those clouds. So I'm happy to let everybody go.
This 1583, if there is offline, monitor Unicom 122, that's the late, enjoy flight, bye bye.
Over to Unicom 122, that's why. Thank you for the service. Top Swiss 1583, bye bye. Those clouds look phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. I swear, if you're watching this on a small screen, tablet or phone or whatever, I bet you'd be hard pressed to tell it wasn't real. To here, we're going to be landing at Southampton, on the south coast of the UK. Very short runway, so stick with us for the landing, because a fun one. Making sure we stop in time. Doji, good afternoon. Right, we shall move over to Unicom then, as there's no one around at the minute. 122.8. There we go. Doug Sim, mate, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. And great voice there. My kids and my wife don't think so. Apparently I use it far too much. Thank you for your support, mate. Really appreciate that. Styling Guy USA, good morning to you. Says, love the YouTube videos. First time catching the stream. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you for being here on the live stream. Really glad you're able to catch this. It's not a straightforward fight either. As I say, there's going to be plenty of stuff to look at once we're safely up in cruise. Right, no ATC around, so we're going to get up to 360 to begin with. So let's climb up line 360 blue. Up we go. Dennis says, been to Switzerland, one of the most beautiful places on earth. I haven't, but I have been to neighbouring Austria, and that is, yeah, absolutely stunning. Doug Sims says, I haven't spoken to my wife in 3 years. I didn't want to interrupt her. Alright, let's get anti-ice off just for a little bit. Help us climb. I mean, it doesn't take too much performance off the engines, does it? But we'll pop those back on in a bit. In fact, it might even be too cold by the time we get up there. What are we at? So the SAT is -20. For anyone wondering, the icing, when anti-ice is on, the conditions for anti-ice being on are when the TAT temperature is below 10 degrees and the sat temperature is above minus 40 degrees. So we are in icing conditions at the moment because it's only minus 22. When it drops below minus 20, below minus 40, then it's too cold for freezing, which seems like a daft thing to say, but it's true. But you have to be flying through visible moisture as well, which is clouds and rain basically. We're in a gap in those layers at the moment, but there's so many cloud layers here. This is incredible. It's one of the most amazing ones I've seen so far. Hey, Organivator, good afternoon. I'm well. Hope you're here. Hope you're well as well. Captain Skill, good afternoon. Flight school kept him busy, but glad to be here. Well, excellent, because you know the flight isn't that long. We're going to be on the ground. It says just a little bit before 4:30 local time. So we shall see how we get on with that. Hey, Amtrak. Good to see you. So I'll have a look at some landing calculations, en route weathers, fuel burn, all that stuff. And make sure we can get into Southampton safely. We should be able to. Shouldn't have any problems. I'm just getting the latest METAR actually for Southampton, which is good visibility, fuel clouds 2,500 feet, QNH is 1006, and winds 210 at 10. Landing runway is 20, so that's mostly a headwind. That's going to be fine. Actually, I'm not sure if that METAR I've just given you is an old METAR. That might be an old METAR. Ignore that. Ooh, that's nearly a 2 hours old METAR. We'll get a later, more up-to-date one. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. 210.5, winds are even less. Clouds 3000, QNH 1006. Ah, that's still looking fine. Past 5, got to contact Paris. Sure. Are they online? That never happens. I will be glad to contact Paris online. Tehi, do we have a Discord server? We do indeed. Lots of good stuff there in the Pilots Briefing Room too to help you fly the MS A320. There's a link in the video description if you want to check that out. Starling at USA, is this a Fenix A320? Yes, it is. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Love the sun casting those dark orange shadows down there. We could work out exactly when we need to contact Paris Control. So if we have a look at the operational flight plan, where are we at the moment? We're going to Ibaba. That's where we're currently headed. Right, so there's a Baba there right at the top, and oh, we might not enter Paris. We're not flying through Paris. No, we're not. So we're into Marseille's flight information region at the moment. After that, it's going to be London. Well, according to the flight plan. So we'll wait and see. If you have enjoyed the flight and stream so far then guys, please do leave a like on the stream. It does make a difference to the channel, so thank you so much if you've already done that. Terry Ash, you're liking the improvement of the atmospheric lighting. Yes, it's not quite as saturated as it perhaps used to be, is it? Which is really nice. Okay, so we're about to enter a cloud layer again, and we are just coming out of icing conditions, so we should be safe to leave those off. You want is it? It's 39. We can probably just put it on for a couple of minutes, just make sure we're okay as we fly through this this cloud layer. Martin, yeah, see another layer of cloud. There were 3 layers of clouds to fly through out of Geneva, which, when we listen to the ATIS as well, that is exactly what they reported. So that's really good. Sound guy, buddy of mine is not getting 1,000 to go ton on his. Is that a known bug? I'm not exactly sure what you were asking me there, styling guy. Sorry. If you could explain that a little bit more for me, I'll see if I can help for you. Hey Ace, good to see you. You're following offline and have had a failure. Landing gear not up locked. All gear stuck down. Tried recycling to no avail. What's the next step? So what's... I'm assuming you're in an A320? Yes? Tell me you're in an A320. And yeah, what's your recam procedure say? You're gonna have a fuel penalty if your gear is actually stuck down. Oh, yes, you're in the Fenix then, Ace. Oh, interesting. So, Stanley Guy, when leveling off at altitude 1,000 feet before, there should be an alert other than the flashing indicator. When leveling off, what you mean? So, you should see the your altitude flashing here, shouldn't you? Yes, that's right. If it's not doing, I'm not entirely sure why, I'm afraid. Mads, we are going to Southampton indeed. Hello, good to see you. Don't you do I go plane spotting in real life at my local airport? Occasionally I'll get to Manchester, which is my local airport. Right, we're now minus 47 degrees, so that can come off. Too cold for ice. So Ace, if you've got the gear up lock fault and your landing gear is still extended, there's a 180% fuel penalty factor on that. So that's a lot. Lanzarote, too cold for ice. I know, it's daft, but it's too cold for ice to form. It's not the fact that it's too cold. I'm no meteorologist, but basically at that temperature, there's not enough moisture sort of in the air for ice to be a threat. Christian, yeah, don't be like that airline that had to land in a field. Captain Q says, "Hi, great video on the SimSmart calculator." I thought it was, you know, a worthwhile exercise, particularly with the INI aircraft hopefully coming out soon. Silent Guy, you say, is there an associated tone? So should it make a noise as you're approaching your level of altitude? No, it shouldn't. No. So yeah, it was good to see. It was nice to see sort of the difference between SimSmart and FlySmart. Redek, thank you for the sub. Simple, is there a way to run the mini FCU in the Fenix aircraft? That is what I'm doing now. I'm using it now. So yeah. Right, looks like Paris do want us. Oh, that's great. 128105. Paris radar, good afternoon, top Swiss 1583, passing flight level 345 for flight level 360, inbound Oboru.
Top Swiss 1583, Paris control, bonjour, identified, clear direct Susun, climb flight level 380.
Clear direct Susun and climb flight level 380, top Swiss 1583. 380 blue.
Paris control, good day, Icon on Papa Alpha, flight level 310 inbound, Bravo Sierra November.
Good on 9 Papa Alpha, Paris control, bonjour, identified, proceed direct Didac.
Direct, Icon on Papa Alpha.
So direct Susun, beam points, and...
Good on 9 Papa Alpha, confirm direct Didac, Delta, India, Delta, Alpha, Kilo.
Direct Didac, Icon on Papa Alpha.
Alex 762, contact Gold Tower 119, decimal 250, bye-bye.
119, decimal 250,
Skyfields, thank you for the sub.
KLM 777, turn left, heading 290, clear ILS 25.
Left 290, clear ILS 25.
Simpilot, I've not got it working with the numbers, but whenever I'm, you know, turning the dials, etc., I'm actually looking at the primary flight display. Rather than the actual numbers up here, because you've got to check them on there anyway. So, might as well.
Victor, Golf, Paris Control, bonjour, set score 1000.
So just checking as well, when he cleared us up to flight level 380, I did check our performance. And, as you can see there, 380 is now going to be fine for us.
110 at 308, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110.
That almost sounded like Nick, but it wasn't British Airways, so I'm sure it's not.
Drake 452, flight level 290.
Evil Rock and Bro, hello. Yeah, version 2 is really good, isn't it? Like, we checked that out the other day.
KLM 777, surface wind 220 degrees 6 knots, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land 25, connect.
Nick, it's not you. You're flying to Edinburgh. Fair enough.
Please.
Fair enough. All right. So this is what happens when you're
X535, again.
approaching the altitude you're going to. Look, it just flashes. There's no tone or anything like that.
And Fenix A320, descent flight level 190.
190, Fenix 535.
Juliet
So,
Yankee, clear the Mopar 6 Whiskey transition, expected S26 left.
let's have a little look.
Mopar position.
As we level off, we'll do a fuel check and things in a moment.
Battery Juliet Yankee negative, clear the Mopar 6 Whiskey transition.
Clear Mopar 6 Whiskey transition, Alpine 38, Juliet Yankee.
Styling guy, I don't use PFBX.
Cleared Mopar 6 Whiskey transition.
So if there is, I don't know how. I don't think there is. I think it's SimBrief only.
Center, this is Delmont
Right, it's
600
Mac Star.
at flat level 250, approaching position PEPS.
Delman 660, price control, bonjour, identified, cleared the BPAX 9 Whiskey arrival.
Have I not got lens bloom
Expected
turned on? I should be being blinded by the light here, so get that up there.
660, Roger, clear to Apex 1 Whiskey.
Do like being able to do that.
9 Whiskey
Mac
arrival,
cruise. There
and
we go. Turn that down.
for runway 27, right, confirm.
Il ferme.
And cost index back to 4.
74, ready for descent.
Swiss American 74, descent flight level 190.
Leaving 41 for 190.
Okay, we're about to be a beam lully, whatever you call it. So let's do a fuel
Identified,
check.
echo mic on frequency.
So there we go. Lully is at the top of the screen there. And
Line 5, echo mic on frequency.
what fuel should we have had? CNR is
Paris Control, good day. Hearing Trigo Zulu, passing flight level 350, inbound
oh, there we go. There's a figure missing there. I'm sure there was. Extra fuel, which took 300 kilograms plus the contingency of 200. That's half a ton. So we should have about 4 tons in the tank. And we've got just under 4 tons.
Initially
That
you were
works.
cleared flight level 100, so you are not supposed to climb higher. So now continue climb flight level 240.
Set the SD pages, make sure nothing's broken.
So we are cleared for flight level 240, we line 5 at Mike.
Center Delmont 660, request descent.
Delman 660, descent flight level
Yeah, it's all looking
110.
good. No fuel leak
Delmont
because those
60,
figures add up.
660, descent to flight level 110, Roger.
Good, good. Nothing on the overhead. No lights. That's what we
Paris
want.
Control, please confirm for Beeline 5 Echo Mike, we are cleared for flight level 240.
Flight echo mic, I firm climb flight level 240.
Hey, Fred.
And I just said before that you were cleared
So,
initially to 100,
asks,
and before contacting me, you climbed.
do you change the cost
level
index?
100, so that's why.
Change the cost index based on the different phase of the flight. Is it common process? It's an airline option. So some airlines will, some airlines won't. Obviously, the airline I'm virtually flying,
You have to tell me if you can't fly
they
the
do,
transition, fly
which
heading
is why we do it
2.9
here. But not all airlines do that. In fact, I actually don't think it's that common. It's sort of a... The pencil pushers have worked out that it saves a little bit of fuel, then hence a little bit of money. Multiply that across thousands of flights a day, 100,000 flights a year, then it adds up. Even if it only saves £5.
Alpine 38 Juliet Yankee Paris.
It's still worth it.
P8 Juliet Yankee 3.
Treasure Yankee, you have to tell me if you don't find the transition, fly now heading 090.
Now heading 090, Alpine 38 Juliet Yankee.
So, if it wasn't cloudy, we'd have a nice view of Paris down there.
Speed 250, not speed bed 308.
Let's have a look at setting stuff up for the arrival and stuff then. So, Scribble this lot down. Weather is 210 at 7. Varying 170250, that's fine. Visibility is fine. We've got a few clouds, 3,000 feet. Temperature is 11 degrees. And the QNH is 1006. So, change that now. Another standard operating procedure.
535, you are leaving my airspace, Monitor 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Unicom 122 decimal 8, Fenix 535, good day.
Fill the box out whilst we've got time. So that QNH was 1006. In fact, you can read it for yourselves if I do that. Temperature is 11 degrees. It's great to have Paris Centre online because, let's face it, if you're flying from the UK to anywhere, chances are, most of the time, you're going to fly over France, at least for if you're heading down to sort of the Mediterranean anywhere. And they're not online that often, so I think it's great to have French ATC online today. Right, so that is Cat 1. Vision altitude 244.
Hi, bonsoir. Right now, 5 Romeo Victor with you at Beauvais Airport. Stand 7 requesting Alpha to Dublin, please. We have
there we go.
requested Alpha.
Stanley, have I experienced any cabin pressure issues in the Phoenix, for example, and descent cabin rate starts rapidly decompressed?
Bonjour, you are cleared to Dublin.
No,
Atrex 1 November departure out of runway 30. Climb initially 3,000.
Usually when there's a bug in the Phoenix at the moment when changing the arrival. It brings up the cabin pressure page because of something like that, but it is a bug. It's obviously not. Doesn't happen in real life.
5 Romeo Victor, feedback correct.
Alexander, cost index, interesting topic. Let's imagine we're flying with slots, and we can see we're late. Can we increase cost index in order to get there faster? Oh my word! I'll just wait for that com to finish before I answer that question.
Bonjour, please send the flight plan.
So the answer, Alexander, is yes, you can, but usually in real life only with operator's permission. If you are going to arrive just a little bit late, chances are you wouldn't increase cost index unless you're really late. And it's going to have a knock-on effect for the airlines and cost them lots of money. So that's when you'd contact operations control. They'd do the numbers and see is it going to be better to spend money on extra fuel to get there or arrive late.
923 correct, and just confirm 3,000 feet initially.
Tenhi, we are about 30 miles south of Paris. Hey Chris Shaw, good to see you. Men come in, hello.
I need your flight plans, please.
DC Gert, hi mate.
By control, bonsoir.
Hello.
Rocky 515 Quebec.
Wondering if you'd like a drink.
Yeah, cup of tea, please.
15 Quebec, by control, bonjour, go ahead.
Rocky 515 Quebec, requesting clearance to Geneva. We have information, sorry, we have no ATC information. We are at Le Bourget, actually.
Okay, 515 Quebec.
So I'm just looking at the arrival that we've got. Who asked if I was coming in via LDAX? Yes. So I don't know if ATC are around, but plan will be flight level 90.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1011.
And then at Southampton, we'll just fly the procedure.
090, descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1011.
So
sorry, turn heading 090,
over the VOR,
3,000, QNH 1011.
outbound 037, and do a little teardrop loop. MSA is 2,300, it's normal. Oh, it's a 3.1 degree
Good.
flight path angle,
Yeah, I
so
will send you, like,
slightly
3
steeper.
times.
Ooh, now that's a threat then. Short runway and steep angle to get in.
I still have nothing for you, so just take the call sign in your flight plan.
So that'll be interesting.
Paris Control, good afternoon. Speedbird Delta to Tango, radio check please.
Speedbird Delta to Tango, Paris, bonjour, good.
Radio check please.
Speedbird Delta to Tango, ready BT 5.
So I just want to check which approach we've actually got in there. That looks okay, but there is another one I want to check. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Your drinks are ready.
Okay, 515 Quebec, ready to copy.
Thank you.
Ready to copy 545 Quebec.
So yeah, I just
Quebec, you are
want to check
cleared
this.
to Geneva. Schedule 5,
So the arrival's fine.
of runway 25, climb initially 3,000 feet
Let's
and
check the
squawk
veer.
1,000.
So it's either the SAM 1
5 Charlie departure out of runway 25 initially.
or the SAM 2.
3,000, squawking
I've got
1,000.
SAM 2 in there. Right? Just see what SAM 1 does.
Okay, 515 Quebec, report, Quebec, report.
That's the one we want.
Taxi.
See, it comes out
Confirm start of escape.
a little bit further.
Quebec, ASM, startup approved.
So there's 2, isn't there?
Alpine 38, Juliet Yankee, turn right,
So
heading
we
180.
want the category C one. So let's just update that in the box and then that'll be fine.
Helium 660, vectors are IDS 27 right, turn left heading 090.
Heading 090, 660.
Nick, no audio on Twitch. Problem their end. Oh dear.
Right, 23,
Wow.
the Bouvet request is cut off.
Rainer 23, push install approved, facing south. I confirm facing south, QNH 1011.
1011, Pacific South, right, thank you.
Wonder what's causing that.
Direction Go, Speedbird 31, request clearance to Dublin. We have information Alpha.
Jason, what flight attendant program is it? So it's called self-loading cargo.
You are cleared to Dublin at Rex 1 November departure out of runway 30.
Damn, those clouds look good.
3,000 feet, set stroke 5715.
Wow, that looks really good.
And Jackson 1 November departure runway 30, initial climb 3000 and squawk 5715, Speedbird 21 Alpha.
Speedbird 21 Alpha, read back correct.
Operational runway 7 uniform.
Stanley, USA. So the issue with the cabin rate is when you start to change the approach. In fact, I've just done that, haven't I? Yes, look. So I changed the approach a moment ago, and it brings up the cabin pressure page.
Right, heading 160, Speedbird 308.
Right, landing. Let's have a look at landing. So, are we going to be able to get in using idle reverse? I'm going to guess not. So, we're runway 20, it is indeed dry, but we have to do a calculation using 2 medium pull. Flying metal, how heavy are we going to be? 7, 8, 9, call it 60 point.
Thank you very much for the service.
Let's go 61.
Operational runway 7 Tango Year 4, request clearance to Dublin. You can fly about 380.
Stand by. Alpine 38, Juliet Yankee, turn right heading 240, cleared ILS 26 left.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to use max manual reverse. See down at the bottom, landing distance available is only 1679.
220 knots, turn right 180.
Landing distance required with this calculation is 2216. So we do the calculation with medium poor first to see if we are allowed almost to use max reverse rather than just idle reverse. We can't use idle reverse because we'll end up off the runway there. I mean, that's auto brake low. I can use auto brake medium. I can use max manual. I'm still not going to get in there. So Let's now tell them it is actually dry, because it is in real life. It's dry. And we can use max manual. Yeah, we can get in. We can probably get in with medium as well, to be fair. Right, so that's the actual calculation for the conditions that we have got. And we can get in. But the calculation I did previous was to use number 2. And that says we can't get in. If we can't get in on number 2, idle reverse isn't going to work. So we're going to actually use dry and max reverse.
Okay. Clear to deploy via Archer 1 November to a traffic Foco 5725 runway 71 Tango uniform.
I know, 7 Tango uniform, read back correct.
Cleaver, just dump fuel over the Isle of Wight. Can't dump fuel in the Airbus, I'm afraid.
Roger, 9091 identified.
So it's just a like standard operating procedure thing. Ordinarily you'd land with idle reverse. If you need more than that, you need to do that calculation with runway condition of 2, medium poor. And if you can't get in with that, then you're allowed to get in with max reverse. So I'm just now looking at setting up the box for our approach. All the speeds there look good. Radnav page. Southampton VOR, so get that in.
I confirm 180 knots until 6 miles final.
Expect 1806 miles and final TH.
EG.
Right for the late turn, continue right heading 2990.
Runway 20.
We will clear the ILS 267.
We might get vectored in if anyone is around on ATC.
Request taxi runway 30.
Ryanair 23, taxi runway 30 via November.
So platform altitude for the landing is going to be 1,800 feet.
November backtrack 30.
So put a 6 mile radius in there.
For run 23.
And that's 2,000 feet. Which you'll see on the navigation display in a little bit.
Wings 3 Golf Zulu, leaving airspace, Moitonica 122 days, bye-bye.
Wings 3 Golf Zulu,
page has been filled out.
Thank you for
And copy the active.
Either 1523, leaving airspace, Moitonica
Right, box is set up.
Bye-bye.
Uniform 122.8, flight at 123, bye-bye.
Razikal, Southampton is a bit of a low-key airport. Is it a home airport? It's an airport Easyjet fly to at this time of year, so... Yes. Brandy, is the operational flight plan pinned? It was originally at the start of the flight, so it should still be.
Ryanair 5 Romeo Victor Sound 7, we're ready for push.
Ryanair 5 Romeo Victor, push to start route facing north, QNH 1011.
QNH 1011 facing north, Ryanair Romeo Victor.
Ryanair 7 Tango uniform, ready for push back and start up.
Alexander, that is well above my knowledge. That's up to air traffic control to do. If their skies are busy and they want to get you out of the way, then it's the airport's problem. But everything is communicated through. So, you know, if there's no space to land at an airport, they'll just stack you in the hold.
Doctor 119 of the 250, thanks service, and come bye.
Hey Barry, good to see you.
21 Alpha ready for push. 21 Alpha, push to start route facing southeast, QNH 1011.
Okay then guys, let's start the brief. So weather at Southampton's looking pretty fine. Winds 210 at 7, so very slight, mostly a headwind coming in. It is variable 170250, so we could feel that from the right as we're landing. Visibility is fine, few clouds 3,000 feet. Platform altitude is 1,800, so that's going to be fine. Cat 1 stuff.
Okay, 515 Quebec.
QNH is 1006.
25, Via Whiskey,
The aircraft is all working perfectly, so no need to worry about that. No times for our arrival, so that's okay.
7 approved, Rocky 5.
In fact,
1-5, Quebec.
one stand was closed though, wasn't it? Let me just have a quick look. Let me just see. 1 and 11. 1, 11 and 12 are closed. So I have no idea where we'll park.
Contact the Tower 119.250. Bye.
Over to 119.250. Thanks for your help.
Alright, so the only ones we can actually park at, I think,
660, turn right heading 180.
are like 4 and 5. They're the only ones big enough. Where's my parking stands? Yeah, 4 and 5. One's been removed. Yeah, not parking at 11. So stand 5 is a good shout.
Bonsoir, Air France 71 Charlie Mike, Orly.
So that's everything we need to worry about there. Threats to be aware of, right. So it's a slightly steep approach, 3.1 degrees. And it's a very short runway. So, are they, are we going to butter this landing? No, no we're not. We're going to slam it in, so to speak. A gentle touchdown would be great, but let's not eat up any runway. Elite Clan of Easyjet started operations to Southampton now. I believe the winter ones, if they haven't already started, they definitely start tomorrow. There's a flight tomorrow to Geneva, which is basically the flight that we're doing now today.
105 Romeo Victor, ready for the afternoon runway 30.
105 Romeo Victor, taxi
and we're off to Unicom.
30 via November, hold November 2.
November, hold November 2 right now, Romeo Victor.
And top Swiss 1583 over to Unicom. Thanks for the service, bye bye.
Charlie Mike, prends copie.
Yeah, so that's just continuing our brief of the threats. That's going to be our biggest threat. It's short runway and a steep approach. So flare a little earlier because of that. Of course, flaps full landing because we want to be as slow as we can coming in, and the weather's going to be fine for it as well. All right, so have we got any London ATC? London Centre is online. I don't believe they're going to be covering us, sadly. Oh well, never mind. No, they're not. Okay, we're going to be on our own. That's fine. So the plan then is going to be we will obviously fly the approach procedure. And then we can either, we've got a choice really. We can fly sort of the full approach. When we get to top of descent, we'll get down flight level 90 given. And then we could fly this full procedure, which takes us over the Southampton VOR. And then we can fly sort of the teardrop approach like that. Or what we could do is we could vector ourselves in sort of a left-hand traffic pattern to come in, which gets there a little bit quicker if we did that. So we could almost do that almost after we've left Rudmo, couldn't we? ATC would be good to get vectored in rather than have to fly a full procedure. Like I say, saves time, saves fuel, so that might be a good plan. In which case, what we'll do is after we leave Rudmo, we'll look at starting to get down sort of 3,000 feet and flying almost direct towards Southampton VOR. We'll then break off with a right hand turn, green dot before we do that, and then as we're going down, we'll go down on the downwind. We shall be flaps 1, we'll make the base turn, flaps 2, and head for sort of a 9-mile final, which would be fine. The ILS approach itself is straightforward. As I say, it's 3.1 degrees, so it's slightly steeper than the norm. Runway visual range is 750 meters, that's fine. Decision altitude 244, that should be fine itself. The runway is only 37 meters wide, so it's wide enough to turn around on. It's obviously narrower than the normal 45 meters, but it's not the widest runway we've ever landed on. But it's also not the smallest, narrowest. So I would imagine, given the friction results in Microsoft Flight Simulator, we'll probably be able to vacate at Alpha. If not, it's to the end of the turn circle. Vacate at Alpha, which works well for us, and then we're at the parking stands there in the middle of the screen. Just here, we'll go look for stand 5. So that is our get-in plan. Missed approach is straightforward, straight out on runway track 3,000 feet. MSA 2,300. Alright, I think we're briefed. If everyone's happy with that. Brandy, YouTube's now got a live view count. Has it? Since when? I've not seen that. Fair enough. I guess I'd never notice. 111, how do you contact air traffic control in the game? I have no idea, because that's not default air traffic control. That is VATSIM air traffic control. Mr. Jester, you were using the fly-by-wire up until this morning when you installed it. Your seatbelt and APU buttons would randomly not work, and you got sick of it. That sounds like a very strange bug. A CDK slightly steep at 3.1. Yeah, well, it's slightly steeper than normal, isn't it? Couple that with the short runway as well. It's worth briefing. Mechanism, where am I now? I've literally just left. I'm not sure if we see the French coastline down there. No, I think we're over the channel now. Oh, hang on. There it is. Literally just left the French coastline. There's the French coastline there, look. So we're now over the English Channel. Oh, look at that. Love the contrails. Makes you feel like you're not alone in the sky, doesn't it? Tyler, do I know when the new A320 Neo is coming out? No, I'm afraid not. We'll wait and see. But yeah, talking about the I was talking about the sim update 14 and the change in how the light. What the hell is that? Oh, I know what that is. That is the sun shining through that window and reflecting off that. Oh my god, we've got orbs at 38,000 feet. Right, I think we might be at top of descent now. Yeah, there we go. So as briefed, we're going to head down 9,000. So descent 90 blue. Six degrees of gaming. So having some issues with the Fenix. It's very hard to put the thrust to climb thrust. Any potential fixtures? Presumably you have calibrated it through the box. Yep, you must calibrate it through this. So, yeah. Flight Sim Dave, good afternoon Dave, thanks for being here, glad you're enjoying it. You're joining us at the best time anyway because the approach is about to start. That's the bit people always want to see, isn't it? The takeoff and the landing. Everything else in between is me just waffling on for however many hours. Ironic tutorial videos are actually helpful, thank you. You say that with a hint of surprise in your voice. Actually helpful. Well, I'm glad you find them helpful. Thanks, Ironic. Any way to clean the windows? No, I'm afraid not. Afraid not. Right, let's just pull speed and we'll select 270, which is a decent descent rate. I reckon we're going to get a sunset landing. Looks like someone's actually just coughed all over this window. It's like the COVID cockpit. Ironic, no better. It's fine, mate. It's fine. It made me chuckle. Right, quick PA to everyone. Hello ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck. We have started our descent now into Southampton, and we should be on the ground in around half an hour's time, a little under half an hour's time. In the meantime, the cabin crew are now going to begin preparing the cabin for arrival, and so if you could pass me a litter as they go around, that would be most helpful. Seatbelt signs will be coming on in the next 5-10 minutes or so, so please make use of the facilities if you need to before they go on. Thank you, and I'll speak to you again shortly. How very professional. I love the red clouds. Make a cadeau in Ethiopian Airlines for only if they have Airbus. Don't know how to fly anything else. What's that company message? Stand 5. Excellent. That is the one we wanted. We know we fit there. Good, good. Aviate, the dirty windows on the headwind A330 is one of your pet hates. I can't say as I've ever noticed really dirty windows before whenever I've flown. Meckham, they do, but only the A350. Ah, see, so that is an aircraft I've never touched. Never to touch that aircraft. Right, so we should be able to see the British coastline. There it is. Complete with ships down there in the channel. Might see some ships going into Southampton actually, because it's obviously a very busy port. I love the fact as well that the clouds up here are obviously much higher. I've got that orange-red tinge to it, whilst obviously the sun's set below the horizon down here, so these lower clouds are just normal grey dull-coloured. 6 degrees, have I tried your controls? Very briefly with the Fenix aircraft. Not with a lot of... I've never done a full flight or anything daft like that. I've flown a couple of circuits. Right, fuel, just check that as well. So we've got about 3 tons in the tanks, that's fine. Delta Tango, Sim always looks so gorgeous. I do think there are certain aspects of it look even better now after Sim Update 14. It's not as saturated in the sky, that kind of stuff. Luke, how do you get provisional stand assignment from VATSIM UK? Luke, it happens automatically. VATSIM have... they've somehow got that integrated. I don't do anything. Only VATSIM UK, I think, are doing that. So there's no air traffic controller there. Whoa. Turbulence. There's no air traffic controller there at Southampton, but we still get the stand assignment, which I think is great. Okay, so we just got the master caution, which I will cancel. Side stick fault, yeah, disregard. Clear ECAM. Very light cloud layer. Temperature still minus 42, so we still don't need the still don't need the anti-ice. Hey, Top Gun, happy Friday. Aviate, all I want for Christmas is an A380. On Candy, is it a weather radar or terrain? It's a terrain radar, mate. It's not the weather radar. Sadly, that doesn't work yet. So I think the sun's just dropping below the horizon now, isn't it, as we descend? Oh, there it is. What a view. How nice is that? Swedish Chef Borg says I'm really bad at landings. Any landing you can walk away from is a good one. If you can reuse the aircraft again afterwards, it's even better. think we can get rid of those now, can't we? Don't need them anymore. I love the fact that it also casts a shadow as you put it down there. See that? That was neat. Mike, you having problems with the thrust calibration in the Fenix? You've had to reset it 3 times in 2 weeks and it's not easy to configure using the box. Any ideas? I never struggled with it. I found the fly-by-wire, maybe it's just me, I found the fly-by-wire one more confusing to do, because at least with the thrust calibration in the box, it literally tells you, move your lever to here, then click done, move your lever to here, then click done, move your lever to here, then click done, and that was it. Whereas for the fly-by-wire, you had to set it, put the thrust lever where you wanted, then set what position that was meant to be, then click set, and then move the thrust lever again, set the next position, then confirm it. And yeah, I sort of pulled my hair out doing the fly-by-wire one, where the Fenix one I found pretty straightforward. Candy61, why can't you follow me? In in what sense? Let's just take a tiny shortcut here to Evexu. It is only a very tiny shortcut, but there's nothing around, so that's fine. Hello, Great Britain. That literally does show the level of the sunset, doesn't it? That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Cabin crew, 20 minutes to landing. Swedish, can I explain the flare and how much you're supposed to do to avoid floating or bouncing? Right, do you know what, Swedish? I am going to, maybe I can ask Nick to do this if he's not too busy. There is a tutorial video I did on YouTube with regards to flaring the aircraft. And also the point of view that you've got sort of set. So you really don't need to flare very, very much. It's very easy to overflare because you're watching on a 2D screen. Nick, if you're able to find that how to flare or when to flare or flare law, something like that, it's on YouTube. I think you'll be able to find it if you Google, if you search on YouTube Easyjet Sim Pilot and how and when to flare, I think the video was called, or something like that. And post a link, but that is probably a lot easier than me trying to explain to you how to do it. Hey Fred, you follow the flight directors. No, when landing, mate, don't follow the flight directors, because your eyes should be not down there. Your eyes have got to be out here. Too many people don't look outside the window, and they're focused. They're focused on what's going on down here, which sadly can happen to, you know, cadets, and they've got to be forced to look out the window, because if they don't and they're concentrating too much on what's going on down here, then they might not make the cut. You've got to look out the window. Right, that's 14,000 feet, so I'll see what sign's on. Nick, thank you for finding that and posting it, appreciate that. Yeah, check that video out if you want to have a little insight into flaring the A320 and hopefully getting a satisfactory landing. Mandan, is EGHI London City? No, it is Southampton Airport. Southampton. Which we're not far from at all now. Mike, something else I could perhaps suggest is, again, I'm sort of promoting my own videos here, apologies, but there is a calibration tutorial video I did as well for the Fenix aircraft, and it's oh, can I find it quickly? Config, controls, config. I don't want to mess it up while I'm flying. Right, there, can you see the null zone? Change the null zone to 0.5. I think by default it is 2. I've changed mine to 0.5, never had an issue, so don't know if that's worth it. Cleveland, pointer straight in your house, give you a wave at Rudmo. How far away from Rudmo? Oh, not far, not far. There's the Isle of Wight then just there as well. That is a great view on the approach, isn't it? It's right along the English coastline, the Isle of Wight there on the left. Right, thrust idle, and we've now set speed to 50 knots. Mike, good luck. Come back if you have any trouble. Okay, so we're going to go into open descent now because I am going to take a bit of a shortcut. We're probably not going to fly over your house, Cleaver. Or we might do, actually. We'll fly from Rudmo and then start the approach. So what we're going to do now is a very, very steady descent down to 3,000 feet. VS 700. Our approach phase is now activated. Landing systems on. In your scenario, November is identified. Love all the ships that you can see coming in there, look. And it says the sim looks stunning up to the update. I tell you what, I was just thinking the same. That is a wonderful view. Love all the ships there in the estuary as well, out into the channel. That is amazing. One of the best views I've seen. Andy, have I heard anything regarding Phoenix Block 2? Only that obviously testing is still underway, and new builds have been released to the beta testers almost daily at the minute. Looks like a little range shaft there as well. Hopefully that's not over the airport. Yeah, Terry, estuary, Solent, channel, whatever. And the other ships there by default is an add-on. I do have the global vessels installed, so it might be that. Right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go heading mode, and we're going to go almost direct to Southampton. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everything is secured, ready for landing.
All right, thank you.
If you let me know when you're ready to land, I'll make sure the rest of the crew are seated and ready.
Will do, thanks. Right, let's just tidy up the flight plan then, as we are as we're doing that. I'm going to start slowing down as well. So VS 700, I'll push for managed speed, start slowing down to green dot. Seriously, what a view. What a view. Okay, approach checklist. Bower F QNH is 1006, seatbelt signs are on, minimums 244, auto brake medium, and the EFB is stowed. Cleaver, you hear the air brakes, or the spoilers all the time. Yeah, they make a bit of noise. It's raining over there. Have you got any rain in the area, Cleaver? Just looking to see if I can see the airport, actually. I can't see it anywhere. Just looking at these little showers that are dropping down there. Catfish says, lives near Southampton. That sunset looks nowhere near like it does in real life. Swedish, can I explain the flight directors very quick? The flight directors are basically telling you where to point the aircraft to follow the lateral and vertical guidance that you've got set up on the FCU up here. That's probably the quickest way I can describe that to you. Right, I think there's an aircraft on final there. I've not heard anything on Unicom. We'll tuck in behind them. Alexander, when are we going to do a flight to Copenhagen? We do Copenhagen quite a bit, so probably won't be too long. Still can't see the airport, unless that's it. Okay, so let's now just increase our VS a little bit. And we'll get down, start configuring, and we'll watch the glide slope come up, and at that point we'll make the base turn. Actually, when should you push the GPWS flaps 3 button for the approach? When you're doing a flaps 3 landing is the easy answer for that. We're not doing that today. Runway is too short for that. Just bring that round to the left a little bit because we've got decent wind pushing us over from the left at the minute. There we go, that's starting to come up. So flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1, pull speed 180 knots. And let's make the turn. Right, so on the approach, autopilot 1 and 2 is on, so alt glide slope lock blue cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, that's lock star captured. Lucas, I think the last time we landed at Southampton we weren't in an A320. Hey Fred, am I using the mini FCU? I am indeed. Love it. Hold start. Southampton traffic, top Swiss 1583 is establishing ILS runway 20, 12-mile finals.
Southampton traffic alert to 15 final 205 miles.
So we've got traffic sort of 5-6 miles in trail. Might reduce speed just a little bit then. Don't know what aircraft it is or what kind of aircraft, so. There she is. Just once as at least the aircraft works. Recently bought the ATR-72. Can't believe the thing is still so buggy. It's been a while since I've flown that aircraft, to be fair. I would imagine the pilot would be more buggy than the aircraft. Glide slope stars. Missed approach altitude is set 3,000 feet. Christopher Shaw, that's Southampton. Right, let's hope that wind drops off then. It wasn't meant to be that strong at ground level. Flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. And down she goes. Right, well with the wind helping us and the aircraft also on final, let's push for managed speed.
Southampton traffic, cargo lux 383 after the arriving Easyjet traffic will backtrack runway 20.
And Southampton traffic, top Swiss 1583 is 6.5 miles out, runway 20. So with that, geared out, spoilers. Flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps 3, lights on. I wonder what cargo looks aircraft that is. Can't be a... it's not going to be a 747, is it?
Backtrack 20 to the gate in Southampton.
Cabin crew seats for landing. Flaps full. Landing checklist. So cabin is secured, go around altitude 3,000 feet set, Eco memo landing, no blue. NoobTube, that is probably a very good guess. What was that? 328. That is probably a very good guess for this landing. Remember, it's a short runway, so we're not going to float this one in. It's got to get down. We haven't got time to muck about with butter today. Plus, I've got to go and cook tea, so we definitely don't have time. Remember, it's a slightly narrower runway than normal. Ground Speed Mini is indeed doing its thing. Because VAP speed should be 135. Right, let's do our thing. God, it's windy.
Zero vacated at Southampton.
So that's Southampton runway vacated, all powers off, I have control. Remember, keep it pushing down, we've got 3 whites, probably due to a slightly steeper descent angle than normal. Come on, got to keep it going down. So we're going to do an earlier flare, 500 feet, stable. It is windier than I'd planned.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. I don't know if you can see or feel this, it's blowing around all over the place.
Light slow.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Spoilers deployed, reverse green, decel, manual brakes, reverses off. That wasn't as crunchy as I had planned on that being for this runway. Felt alright, that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated
Traffic Cockpit
until
Runway
the
entering runway 20 backtrack.
is being switched off. Portable electronic devices
I'll just get clear and let them know that we're free of that.
now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket underneath.
And Southampton traffic, runway 20 vacated.
Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information...
Oh wow, is that Israeli airline there?
page,
That's
Twitter,
neat.
or Easyjet app.
Southampton traffic, Cargo Luxury free to take off, runway 20.
So I really do like I like this city. We don't visit here enough. Parking 0 suitable. That'll be stand 5 for us. Actually, I don't think I've ever done a video. Have I done a video on crosswind landings? Oh my word! What aircraft is that? Is that 747? Are you empty? I kind of want to see what happens. Wow, he's brave. He's very brave. Do you know, I really need a pedestal. That way, doing flows would be much easier. Yeah, he might have a number to call. I do love the idea, though, of departing in something huge and heavy like that, and then, you know, doing a good 9-hour flight overnight somewhere, waking up in Hong Kong or something. Beautiful, right, parking brake set. Well guys, welcome to Southampton. You know, I really thoroughly enjoyed that. It's not even been 3 minutes since we landed, so I can't turn the engines off yet. But I'm not going to anyway, because I'm going to do the replay now. So let me just come off VATSIM whilst I do that. There we go. That's VATSIM gone for you. We'll also get rid of self-loading cargo, because they'll just scream at me if I don't. Exit self-loading cargo. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let me check out that replay. I will see what that landing looks like. If I just wind the time back a little bit, I think it was maybe a tad brighter, maybe. That'll do. That'll do. That looks nice. Aeronautics, we need to see the 747 take off. I know. I wish I'd seen that, sadly not. Chris says, love the shoot from what I saw. Sadly didn't get to see all of it, mate, but no, thank you for being here. Do you know what? We need to do Southampton more often. I need to do Bournemouth next, which is literally just down the road. But Southampton's great, not just because it's got the amazing Orbeck scenery, but it's also a photogrammetry city as well. So everything looks really good. Couple that as well with Rex AccuSeasons down there below. I think that looks stunning. We've had some gorgeous views on this flight, some really, really nice ones. As we fly up the Solent along the South English coastline. The sun was just setting as well. The clouds we had in Geneva as we departed. My word, that was good. Loving the trains down there. Everything just came together, I think, on this stream. It was very beautiful. Please don't forget to leave a like if you are now slowly departing us. Yeah, that was a touchdown I could enjoy. Probably, let's say we'd forecast it not to be quite like that as we came in, but we'll take it absolutely. Barry, that 747 is flying to Newquay. Of course he is. Of course he is. Thanks for being here, Cleaver. Appreciate that. Have a good weekend to you. And maybe just a quick view at the other side. Oh wow, great stuff there. I can't wait till the day we've got moving trains in the sim. I think that'll look brilliant. Wonderful. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed the last couple of hours with us. I certainly have. Great flight, as I say. Just one of those that from a visual standpoint of view, it just looked stunning, didn't it? And I do think Sim Update 14 has actually helped with that. So thank you so much. Massive shout out as always to our huge and amazing following, our channel members. Thank you so much to those of you there on YouTube, to our subscribers and supporters over on Twitch as well. Thank you so much for that. Big shout out to our mods for being here. Thank you so much for everything you guys do as well. Next stream, as always, will be advertised on our Discord server, so make sure you're in there if you're not already. I'm no idea what I'm doing this weekend. Probably busy, sadly, but whatever you guys are doing, I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all on our next live stream. I'll leave you once again with our final replay of the landing. Thanks guys, have a great weekend. See you all in the next one. Bye bye.